Yo, 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 peace and blessings. Welcome back to another episode of Creative Success. I hope you're having an amazing day. It's your boy Burnell Washburn, aka Young Bernie Gold. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I like to spread positive, uplifting, empowering ideas every day to help us thrive and live the most amazing lives possible. We got 3 grasshopper homies chilling outside right now, bringing the good fortune and good luck. Today I wanted to talk about my recent experience in a sensory deprivation chamber, aka a float tank. I think it's cool that a lot of these are popping up around the country and around the world, and things like meditation rooms and cryotherapy places and infrared saunas and yoga studios and just different woke, mindful type things popping up around the world, and it's beautiful to see. So to a lot of people they seem like weird hippie woo-woo stuff, and to other people it's like straight science, and I first learned about these separate sensory deprivation chambers from some of my mentors like Dave Asprey and Tony Robbins, and just some of the great teachers out that are helping us tap into peak performance physically, mentally, spiritually. And I've heard a lot of amazing people talk about them, so I've been wanting to try one forever, but I hadn't really planned on it. And then I took a spontaneous trip to California. If you saw my little travel vlog, you saw some of that footage. But I took a spontaneous trip to California, had no intentions except for to go swim in the ocean and just have a good time. And I completely detached and let go, and then I ended up getting the most amazing trip I could have ever, if I had planned everything to a T. This happened better than I could have planned everything, right? And I didn't even try to plan anything. So anyway, on the last day of the trip, I ended up getting a opportunity to go into a sensory deprivation chamber. Got some people pulling up on me, so I'm coming over here to make sure I don't get distracted in this video. People always roll up whenever I'm recording videos. I'll get ooh, 222. People roll up on my door, ring my doorbell, call me, all this stuff right as soon as I try to film a video. It's funny. But anyway, I shouldn't affirm that. Every time I'm going to make a new affirmation. Every time I film videos, the universe gives me peace and quiet because it knows I'm trying to spread love. But anyway, on the last day of this Californian trip, I got the opportunity to go in a sensory deprivation chamber, and I was really scared. My homie just kind of threw it out and was like, you want to go and get you in the float tank? And at first I thought he was just kind of saying it, so I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, that'd be cool. And then a couple hours later it started setting in, then it was actually a reality, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna call her right now. We're gonna go to these people's house. They live up in the mountains in Santa Cruz, and we're gonna go throw you in the float tank. And I was like, I don't know, I'm down to check it out. I'm down to learn about it. I don't know if I'm down to get in it. And I had a lot of resistance. It seemed scary, and I was like, because I'm claustrophobic, I don't feel like I'm gonna do well in a tight little chamber and have to sit there for an hour or whatever in the complete pitch black and all this stuff. But anyway, long story short, we showed up at their house, and my friend had already told this lady, that sweet old lady, I shouldn't say old, sweet lady. She had already been told that I was for sure going in, so she had already had this whole thing ready for me, because they had a full-on commercial setup at their house and a whole room for it. She's already got this whole room prepared for me to hop in, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, I guess I'm doing it. And then she talks to me about it for a little bit. She's like, you ever done anything like this? And I was like, well, I meditate every day. And she's like, oh, you'll be fine then. You know what I mean? She's like, you'll probably wish it was longer after the hour's up. And I was really scared to do a full hour. I was like, I kept trying to ask, can I just go in there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just to see if I like it? And long story short, they basically made me feel comfortable with it, because they're like, look, you can get out at any time. If it's under your control, if you're not feeling it, you can just pull the lid off, get out. No one's gonna judge you or laugh at you, or you're not gonna be embarrassed or whatever. So I was like, okay, as long as I'm under control, then that's chill. Oh, 444, nice. As long as I'm under control, I'll try it, because worst comes to worst, I can't stand it and I get out of it. But anyway, I get in there, and It's, if you don't know what I guess I should have really prefaced this by talking more about what it is. I kind of assume that you guys have at least heard about these, but a deprivation tank, sensory deprivation tank, is basically like, the best way to describe it is like a coffin with a pool inside it, a big coffin that has spacious in there, and it's filled with 850 pounds of magnesium, like Epsom salt. So when you get in there, you're completely buoyant, and it's exact temperature of your body. It's like the perfect body temperature. So you're not hot, you're not cold. There's no light. It's completely pitch black when you shut it. And you can go with earplugs, so there's no sound. But basically, it's supposed to deprive all your senses so you can just be in your thoughts and in your spirit. And it's like an amazing, deep way to meditate. But I was pretty scared to get in there, not gonna lie. But I have been working on overcoming my fears. So the fact that I was scared of it made me want to try it a million times more. I was like, shit, the fact that I'm so scared right now means that I have to do this. I'm going to force myself to do this right now. So hop in. As soon as I get in there, I'm like, wow, this is actually really nice. This is like way more spacious than I thought they would be. Like you can stretch and move around and get comfortable. Just as soon as I got in there, I was like, man, this is the perfect temperature. Like if you're slightly too hot before you get in there, then you'll be cooled down to the perfect temperature. If you're slightly too cold before you get in there, it'll warm you back up to the perfect temperature. So temperature-wise, it's perfect. Like air-wise, it's not hot or cold. It's awesome. So I got in there, I was like, damn, this is actually pretty nice. And the coolest feeling in the world was literally like you're floating in space. The guy that owned it was joking and calling it like his like space pod or something like that. But you're so buoyant that you completely float at the top of the water and you just lay there floating and none of your muscles have to do any work. Your body doesn't have to support itself in any way. You got like an equal amount of buoyancy holding you up as gravity pulling you down or whatever, and like you just feel so relaxed and so peaceful. And then you get to be in there alone with your own thoughts or whatever, and you can just meditate with no distractions. I usually meditate in the sun and it's always too cold or too hot, and there's always flies landing on me, or people pulling up in my driveway, or random different sounds, and this was just so nice. I got to meditate with just no external distractions, so I could really tap into that deep meditative state that you try to get into, that I really like strive for, and it's hard to get into sometimes. So it was a beautiful experience. I highly recommend trying it. If you're scared of it, don't be scared. It's not bad, and you can get out anytime if you're not feeling it. Usually it costs like 20 to 30 to 40 bucks to go in a float tank. I got to go in one for free just because homie knew a homie that owned one at their house, and that was crazy, and I got super blessed on that. But I'm going to start doing these all the time now. Like, it was the most peaceful I've felt in a long time. I came out of there just like glowing. Like, my homie said everyone that he's seen come out of one of these things just looks angelic. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm down to try this. Even though I'm scared, I'm going to do it. I came out, and he immediately looked at me like, woof, you look like a new man. And I felt like a new man. I felt so at peace. And after I got out, I learned that like this is actually simulating what it's like to be in the womb. In the womb, you're just floating and you're just completely supported, and it's dark and all this stuff. So I don't know. I don't remember what it was like being in the womb, but I definitely felt really peaceful in there and really safe and really comfortable. And it was the opposite. I thought it'd be kind of scary and intimidating, and I thought an hour was gonna feel like forever, because I usually don't meditate for an hour. Usually I meditate for like 10-20 minutes every day. I thought an hour was just gonna be way too long. And it was my last night in California, and I thought I wanted to go do all this stuff. But no, it was the best way to end my trip, and it was the best hour I've had in years probably. Like, I'm going to start doing it all the time because it just felt so peaceful, so relaxed. You could tap into the deepest meditations if you wanted to do astral projecting, and if you wanted to do Akashic record work, if you wanted to do spirit guide work, talking to your angels. There's so many different like ways you could go deep with this, because it just takes out all the distractions. You're at the perfect temperature, you feel safe, you feel comfortable, And it's kind of cool. For the first 30 minutes, I had them play whale sounds. And then for the last 30 minutes, I had them just complete silent. And then after the hour's up, this little light kind of flashes. And I was like, oh, damn. I could have gone way, 10. I could have gone way longer than this. Like, if that light didn't flash, I probably would have been in there for 2 hours, 3 hours, because it was nice. And I just came out feeling so amazing. And then, like, magnesium, it's like the same shit you soak in, like, in an Epsom salt bath or whatever, so your muscles get all relaxed, and it helps you sleep. I got the best night of sleep I've had, even though I had to catch an early flight, so I went to bed at, like, 2 in the morning and woke up at, like, 7 or something like that. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep compared to what I normally get, but I woke up feeling, like, more rejuvenated and refreshed than I felt in ages, so I don't know. I just wanted to share my experience. Sorry, the video's all shaky. I don't have it on. I'm just like holding my shit instead of tripoding it, and I don't have the mic still because I need to get the little adapter for the iPhone. It's coming on Amazon. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I thought sharing my sensory deprivation. I don't think they should call it a deprivation tank. They should call it like a empowerment tank, or like a meditation tank, or just a float tank even, because you really are just floating and you're so comfortable. But go try them. I thought sharing that would benefit you guys, because I thought, if you ever get the chance to try one of those and you're scared or something, you can remember my video and just take action, take the plunge anyway, and you'll thank me, because like I said, it's the most peaceful I've felt in ages, and I got out and had some amazing connections, and because I was just so present when I got out, I connected with this family and all the people that were there in the house, and we played this amazing game, and like, yeah, it was just a good night. So I definitely recommend getting in a float tank and an empowerment chamber. I'm gonna start my own empowerment chamber company if once I get some more funds, and like, I'm gonna put these everywhere. I'm gonna try to get one in my next house for sure. Apparently they make like personal little hammock float tanks that you can kind of use portably, but the commercial setups are next level, so I'm gonna get one of those as soon as I can. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. I won't take up any more of your time, because I know you got so many more blessings to go soak up today. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell and drop a comment. Let me know if you've ever tried something like this, or if you want to try something like this, or you plan on it. Drop a comment. Either way, I like to say what up. And we'll see you tomorrow for another episode. Peace and richest blessings. I love you.